Good morning. I'm Debbie Cronister. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and welcome to Wake Up Wednesday. Chance to come get on. And so much stuff is going on with Stampin' Up! May 5th, we have a new catalog that releases, and lots of new fun products. We have online releases. We have the adorable Silly Bear, which is I don't know what to say here. It looks like Winnie the Pooh and his group, and so that's been a fun one to kind of play with. I have the bug class that is ready to come see you on May 1st. It's not ready yet, but it will be on May 1st. I will be shipping those. If you're not sure about that, you can check out my blog at stampwithdeb.com. You'll find the bug cute as a bug class, and you'll find a post about the In Color Club. So if you have not purchased the new In Colors for 2026, 28, yeah, these are the colors. They're gorgeous. I'm loving them. I'm having so much fun with them. And they are in the brand new pads as well, which will be taking effect for all of our colors in 2027. So they are magnetic. You just flip that over and it gives you lots of room on your desk so you're not trying to figure out where to put the lid. And they just go back together very easily. So they are wonderful, much better than slide and push and pull and all of the things we had before. So, but I do have an In Color Club where you'll receive a different color each month, and it's a recurring payment on PayPal. And by the end of the 5 months, you will have all the In Colors. You will have papers to go along with it, designer series papers, the pens, the Stampin' Blends, as well as our new shimmer pens, which are in the In Colors. So be sure to check those things out. And you can sign up right from there, right from my blog. There's a link there to sign up. So today I am going to do a card that I'm doing for Paper Pumpkin, for my Paper Pumpkin group. I have a group that meets this Friday, and we're going to do Paper Pumpkin alternates. We don't do the actual cards that Stampin' Up! Recommends you do. So I take the Paper Pumpkin and I make alternates, and this time I have 15 alternate cards. So we're going to do one of those a little differently, but I wanted to give my gals a video so they could go back and do this card over, or if they get stuck, because I do have a few that do not attend the in-person class. And so if they get stuck, they have a video to refer to. So I am going to do that with some of the Paper Pumpkin product. So I always order 2 of them so that I have freedom to play with it and mess it up when I'm recreating. And so I have plenty of product left over. So this is the card that I am going to create today. I don't think I'm up high enough. Hang on, I'm going to move my camera up a little bit here, just so that we get the whole screen and you guys can actually see my table better. So, okay, I think that is better. Okay, so this is the card that we're creating today, and it does stand up on its own. So let's get started. Instead of using the Pool Party for the base, I am going to use gray granite. And all these measurements will be in a free PDF on my blog later on today. And so check it out if you want to make one just like it. So I'm going to cut this at 4 1/4 by 11. By 11, I'm not going to keep it at 11. I believe it's going to go, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's 4 1/4 by 10. Sorry about that. Let's pull the arm out, my paper trimmer here, and go to 10 inches. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to score at 1, let's turn that around, 2, 3. I have to count again, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 4. Then I'm going to skip over to 6. I don't want to score at 5. I'm going to skip to 6 and I'm going to score there. 6, 7, 8, and 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. So actually what I've got is 1 inch on each end, 4 inches on each end, 4 score lines. Okay. I am going to cut off just a tiny bit, just like a 1/16 of an inch on each end now, just to be sure that when I fold it around, it doesn't jam up on that last one. Whoops, let's go a little more than that. I'm cutting just like right on the edge of the thing here. Okay, then I need a piece that is 4 5/8. Let's see, 4 5/8, which is the second mark past the 1/2 inch, by 4 1/4. And this should be 4 1/4, but let's just double check it. It's just a hair over because that's the way paper is. Okay, we're done cutting. Yeah, all done cutting. Okay, so I'm going to take my 10-inch piece and I'm just going to fold it in, and in. And then I'm going to do that again here. They're all going to get just folded in. Where's my bone folder? I should be using that, huh? Right here. That'll give me some nice crisp creases instead of it's sort of folding. Okay, do the other end here. And the last one. Okay, so now we've got that. I should have taken my paper down, huh? Okay, so this is going to fold around and around and around we go. I am going to use green glue and I'm going to glue it together. So I'm putting some green glue on the outside of here and I'm going to fold it until it comes back on itself again, or just before it does, I guess. So it's going to go on the bottom of here. And I'm going to do the same thing here. Maybe. Okay, and I'm going to go right there. It's actually where I'm going to go. So those two are going to come together, but they've already got one folded under. So that'll make your box a little more stable because it's got so many layers. Okay, so the next part, we're going to take this and we're going to decorate it. So, oh, I do need my paper trimmer back. This is one of the cards that came in Paper Pumpkin. And it also coordinates with Waterside Retreat, which is one of our suites. And I'm going to cut this at 4 1/8. So I should have cut off a little bit there. We'll just trim a little off this edge. If you wanted to make sure it's centered again, I would cut a 1/16 of an inch off each one. But I'm not worried about it because it'll look great anyway. And then the other piece that I cut. This is 4 5/8. So I'm going to cut this at 4 1/2. No, I don't even need it that long. Let's see, what did I do? I cut it just above the trees. So if I cut that at 4 1/2, I cut it just above the trees so that I could get the trees in. And I didn't need that much because You don't need to put it down underneath. So I could use this for something else. Look at that cute cloud. That could have gone on the bottom or something. Okay, so let's pull out the old trusty ruler. And I do want it to go down to the edge. So I'm going to cut that at 3.5. Yeah, that would make sense because there's an inch down in the bottom. So I've already cut part off the top, so I just need to be at 3.5. So I'm going to cut off part of that bottom. Hang on to those. You never know what you're going to do with them, huh? Okay, I think that should be it. And that is going to go on here up towards the top, just leaving 1/8 of an inch. Oh, this is one that I got. Oh my goodness, look at that. I got ink on it. You know what? The chair's going to go there, so it's not even going to show. Right? I pulled it out and set it on my table, and I got it in the ink pad. Be careful, guys. How many of you have done that? I know I've done it before. There's nothing worse than an open ink pad. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I'm going to use tear and tape for this because tear and tape is stronger. I'm going to do with my tear and tape. I thought I had it right here. Okay, it's right here. Okay, we'll put some right here. I'm going to put 2 strips. I'm going to put one near the top and one near the bottom on each side. And it's the top of this center panel because that's what's going to hold your card in place. But before we put that card in, we're going to do something else. We're going to decorate this. So I took another one of the cards from the paper pumpkin and I cut these strips. One of them goes on the bottom here to kind of reinforce where that is not folding and to make it look pretty. Of course, that's always what we want to do, right? Okay, so that is, and that one's cut wider. That's 1 7/8 by 4, or cut, yeah, 1 7/8 by 4 1/8. So that one's a little bit thicker because I wanted it there. These are cut at 7/8 by 4 1/8. So I'm just using that little tiny 4 1/8 or that 1/8 of an inch on my, because I just want a little bit of that gray granite to show through. And I'll tell you what, I always put my adhesive on the paper that's going on my project, because if I put it on my project and then put the paper on, there's a good chance that I am going to glue where I don't want. Okay, we're going to turn this over and put those last 2 on. I should have one more. Am I short one? I think I'm short one. I am. So let me just grab one more here. And that's cut at 7/8 of an inch. And I had already cut it at 4 1/8. I think my glue is running out. It's time to buy more. So guys, the adhesives are going to go up in price as of May 1st. So grab your adhesives before May 1st if you haven't already, because they will be going up in price. And envelopes. Envelopes are going up a lot. They're going up to $14 for a package of envelopes, and they were $11. I remember when they were $6. It's like, what happened? And we thought $5.50, and we thought that was a lot. I think at one time they were even less. I think they were $4.50 for a package of envelopes. But I love our envelopes. They're amazing. So I have already ordered a whole stash of them. Okay, so we're going to peel this off. And this one. Come on. And I'm going to place this right down in here. Just like that. So we want this card to be 5.5 inches when we close it up to put it in the envelope. So that was why this is so much shorter. Let's see, where's my take your pick tool? Whoops. That works much better. Okay, and then I'm just going to close it over this way. You could put a piece on the back. Did I put? I did. I put a piece on the back here to write a note because you don't. So I would put a piece of white on the back of there. So there is the beginning of our card. I'm going to tie some of our gray granite. What's this called? Variegated trim. I'm just going to tie that around and just tie a knot. And make sure it's straight inside. It's not flat inside. There we go. Put it down. That way I don't have to work in the air. Okay. So when I tie a knot, I pull the left one so I get this nice little flat area right here. And then just trim my edges. My ends, not my edges. And there is my knot. I like it with the gray granite. I kept debating on that pool party all the time. So, oops, I just messed up this end. Of course. So this ribbon does fray, so you want to trim the edges after you have adjusted it. Okay, in Waterside Retreat, we have this adorable little chair. It's a die cut. I have one here. It's all cut for us. Thanks to Stephanie, but I will have to now cut another one for my class. But I'm going to steal this one for now. Okay, it has these little pieces that are tiny and a couple little things. So this I am going to attach to the front of my chair. I imagine you could raise this up, but I don't know why you would. It's a little wood grain piece and it goes right there. These little pieces, I am going to do this. I'm going to put some glue on here, just some little dots. And the easiest way is to pick these up. And this one is going to go on here. They're like the tops of the chair. And this one, I'm going to get it turned around here to the right direction. And I think my tool was loose. And that's going to go right on there. And that's probably the easiest way to put them on. Now, for the chair back, my favorite thing to use is my super skinny tear-in tape, which I have a feeling I put it away. Probably, yep. Only thing I put away was the thing I need. Isn't that the way it always is? So I'm going to put one piece across the top here. This is like 1/8 inch, I guess, of tear-in tape. And I'm going to put one piece back here. Okay. This is the back of my chair. There are two different backs, so you can choose which back you want. Let me pull that off. For some reason, the end of my Take Your Pick tool has become curved. I have no idea how that happened, but it is. And so it makes a nice little hook there to pull it off. And it's the real fine one. It's the one of the add-on kits that real narrow, real thin tool. Okay, so I've got that off. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to pull this one off. Go underneath there and hook that little thing. I used the hook the other day and hooked my hand. So that wasn't fun. Okay, now I'm going to turn this over. So those lay down nice and flat and just press that on. And there is my chair. So I'm going to attach my chair right here so it covers up that ink part of it. And I could do that with dimensionals. I think I will. I think I'll do that with dimensionals. You want to be careful though, because your chair legs have to go so they don't get caught in that fold. You don't want them caught in the fold. So I think I can use a couple of big ones. And the rest are going to be little. So I'll put one on the armrest. And I'm actually going to cut, you can see I've already cut some of this, just a real thin strip. And I'm going to place it here, right across the back of that chair. Just like that, trim it off. I think that'll be enough to hold it up. I am going to kind of tuck the legs, if I can still, in that fold, just to be sure that they don't get caught. Oh, I'm going to go right above it. I'm going right above the fold. Oops, we have to get inside the edge of the card. Definitely. We want to do that. Okay, so now when my chair folds up, my thing folds up, I want to put a little bit of glue there just to hold those down. Even though the rest of it's on dimensionals, I think just a little glue here would just hold those so they don't get caught in that. Come on, glue. Shake it out. There we go. There we go. So now when it folds up, they won't get caught. All right, we're going to stamp a greeting and we're done. I did use Fern and Flora. That's where this shape came from. And I can't tell you where this one came from. It's from a retired set. And it will be in my instructions because I don't know the name of it right offhand. So, and I am using the greeting from the Waterside Retreat Suite. And it says, have a great birthday. We're just going to attach that to our tag. And I'm going to attach it right to the edge of this. So I am going to put a little glue on here because that's where it's going to get attached. I want it above my ribbon so that it does show, but I want it right there. All right, so there is our card for today. So I don't know what this thing is called. We made these years ago when I first started stamping, 30 years ago. And I just thought that was just a cute one to do with this one. For some reason, I just, sometimes those old ideas just come creeping back. Thank you for joining me. I am here every Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And I hope you have enjoyed this. If you're not a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, try it. It is a fun kit. Even the cards that were supposed to be made this month with it were really cute. They were adorable. I almost just said, you know what, we're going to make one of each of those, but I got busy working on it. Next thing I know, I had used them all up. Well, I had done enough. I had done 15 cards, and so that was the end of the kit, even though I had more left. But yeah, so enjoy, and I will see you next Wednesday here at Wake Up Wednesday. Bye-bye.